You always hear about people talking about investing in other things or invest in this, invest in that. You talk about, how there's people who invest their time and energy into other people, right? And you see this a lot. You see this all the time, right? People investing in other things, people investing in other people. Yet, why is it so hard to invest in yourself? Why is it so hard to invest in yourself? On my journey so far, one of the most important things that I've learned and that I try to apply is that the most important, one of the most valuable things that you can do is invest in yourself, no matter how that may look. Whether it be putting time and energy into things that will benefit you long term, whether it's learning a new skill, whether it's doing things that will just give you ease of mind, truly investing in yourself, right? However that may look like for you. I say this, right, because for most of my life, I never really did invest in myself. It's a lot of time and energy that I've spent on other people, thinking about other people, doing things that weren't beneficial to me, right? Doing things that were actively detrimental, right? And I've always had a hard time truly like understanding that I am worth it. I am worth it. I do have value, and I can choose to see that, right? I can choose to see that value. Yet it was so hard just because of the mentality that I was living in, and now I'm understanding more and more that not only does everyone else have value, but you also have value, right? And it's about time that you actually truly realize that you truly sit in that energy, knowing that you have value and you need to see it. And part of seeing that is investing in yourself. By investing in yourself, you will see that compound over time, just like if you were with any other investment, with most other investments, right? You sit with it, you keep investing in these things, right? Maybe it's a hobby that you like, maybe it's just investing in different habits to like truly change your mental. Maybe it's just simple things like not doing something, right? Changing what it is that you are investing your time into, right? To truly see that you do have value, right? This idea of value, I believe, is very inherent in all of us. But I think a lot of people don't realize that they have that they have a value, right? Whether it's because of the life that they lived, whether it's because of just in different environmental factors. A lot of people are so unaware of how valuable they truly are, and they never get to see that, right? That's why a lot of people don't invest in themselves, or rather they invest and put time and energy into things, hobbies, habits that are actively detrimental to themselves, right? Whether it be like ways of thinking, like actual physical hobbies, or things that you just do that don't help you, right? Right? And obviously this is different for everybody, right? There's no one shoe fits all, right? But I think a lot of people know what it is that they're doing that isn't helpful for them, yet they continue to do it because they don't understand just how valuable they truly are. And that's why one of the most important things that I've learned is to truly invest in yourself, right? For me, how that looked like was investing in hobbies that I've either never really pursued, or just things that I wanted to try, right? Investing in hobbies, investing in, like different habits, right? Like actually exercising consistently, doing things to help with my mobility, right? As well as investing in different topics, my time and energy into topics that I'm interested in, right? One of those just being like astrology, right? And that's just something that I wanted to learn more about, as well as like reading, That's something I didn't really do. But because I'm choosing to invest in myself, I realize how much brighter life can actually be, right? How much value I actually have, right? That I never saw before, because I never sat in an energy of knowing that I truly was capable of more than my mind had led me to believe. I truly I truly do have untapped potential, infinite potentiality. Yeah, I was never able to see it or realize it, right? But now, every day I invest in myself. And I'm able to see it more and more. I'm able to see the results of, my labor. I'm able to see the results of what it is that I'm doing. And I just constantly keep investing in myself, right? And some days, it's not going to be perfect, right? There's no such thing as a perfect day, I don't think. Or, you can't always just sit in an energy of like being like really high up. Because I know that to be true. Some days, I dip down. But because I have invested in myself, I know what it's like. And so I'm able to always tap back into that energy, right? Because a lot of people don't give themselves the time of day. They don't give themselves time or energy to do things it is that are more beneficial for them, right? Because they never knew how to invest in themselves, right? They only knew how to invest in other things, right? And so that's what I wanted to talk about. How important it is. Sorry about that. But just to even give more context, I have surrounded myself not intentionally, right? But I've known a lot of people who choose not to invest energy into themselves, and I see how it actively plays out in their lives. How it is that by constantly not choosing you and choosing other people, it leads to a lot of suffering, right? It leads to a lot of pain, unnecessary pain, because they never choose themselves, right? And I know that to be true in my own life, because I would constantly choose others instead of myself. I would face a lot of needless pain and a lot of needless suffering, right? And while I believe everything happens for a reason, I needed that to truly see, like, get to the point that I am today. It just thinking back on it, like, really makes me wonder, like, what if I chose myself, right? What if I chose myself way back when, and I allowed myself to constantly invest in things that I care about, right? Where I'd be right now. But there's no point in thinking about that, right? Because I didn't. But now I get to choose every day what it is that I do want to do. And now I am choosing myself. And I have seen the progress that I've made. And, just as a final, like, wrap up, you can wake up every day and choose to be to choose to do whatever it is that you want to do. Choose to invest in whoever it is that you want to invest. Well, I suggest that you wake up every day and that you choose you. You choose you every day, and choose the things that make you happy. Choose the things that will benefit you long term, right? Because that's all you have. You are your most important asset, and you always will be. But yeah, that's what I got today. I hope whoever's seeing this is able to understand that you do have self-value, and you should always choose yourself. Okay, always choose yourself. Yeah, that's what I got. If you're seeing this, I love you. If you have an amazing rest of your day, make sure to take care of yourself, because the only person who can take care of you is you. And always remember, you can choose anybody else, but you should choose yourself always. Have a good one.